the videos, I talk about controlling the feet, and this and that. And this is my example. This is Grado Mustang. He's one of the ones that I talk about that's a yearling, and 4 years later nobody's handled him. And in this case, I got him under saddle. He's going pretty good. He likes to push through the bit, but that's another thing. And with him, I've done a lot of ground driving, and I ride him and ground drive him. And but anyhow, let's get off the topic. Anyway, I got a tarp laid out here, and this is he's not ever seen it before, but I've got him control his feet. I've built his confidence up, and we'll use a couple other horses here. Both of them probably Cloud, the Bucker, and another horse that's been known to buck out of fear. And of course, that one is part fear and part I don't want to. So, you know, so what I'm going to do is just send him over. And basically, I want to keep his feet moving. I'm not going to do one of these things, oh, let him look at it and let him sniff it and all that stuff, because a lot of times when you do that, the horse goes on overload. But if you keep the horse's feet busy, you know, you get your objective a lot quicker, and they'll learn to follow direction. So like I said, this is primarily with him, is like I said, I just want to show I control his feet real well. So what I'll do here is just send him over. Now, whenever I send the horse away from me, I go to the neck, because that's their steering wheel. Now, I can honestly say he just walked over that, but see, like I say, it all goes back to controlling his feet. And I can honestly say this is his first time being over this tarp. That's why, you know, I laugh every time somebody said, well, especially with the rescue horses, everybody's asked me, it's like, well, do they trailer load? Well, I can usually get a horse loaded in 10 minutes. If it takes me 15 minutes to load a horse, it's a problem. And I don't stop at the horse just getting in the trailer. I'll get it where it's going in by itself. Now, where I do run into problems on that side of it is people putting horses in too smaller trailers. But basically, if I control this horse's feet, I can get a lot done. And I can control a spook and everything. And so what I'll do here is go to Denny Buckskin, and we'll do the same thing with him. He's not quite as light on the halter I would like, because he is until you put him in a tight situation. Then he gets a little scared. So I just keep going doing it, and not worry about it, and just keep, you know, repetition. Now Denny, I will be honest, he saw this tarp yesterday, but you know, it was pretty much a no-brainer, and I'll explain to it when I get him out how I approached it. So also this time I've been getting a lot of some comments from Australia. I really appreciate them. Thanks. I guess my frustration on filming these by myself with everything and not having the equipment I like to have is showing sometimes. And if it does, I apologize for that. But I like to put something out there y'all can understand and helpful to you and everything else. So that's where it's coming from. And you know, I use this avenue to help y'all, and everything I'm doing here you see at my clinics and it's my book and everything else. And you know, the whole principle behind it is the philosophy, believe it or not, of true to horsemanship is very important. So when you watch these videos, don't watch so much what I'm doing. I know it's hard at times, but listen to my words. That's the important part, is the words, because it will help you a lot and change your mindset. And like that's, so anyway, we're gonna work him under saddle for a little bit. Now we'll switch horses. I'm not gonna film nothing under saddle today because I've got plenty of them up. Next few ones hopefully be in hand work. So I'll see you in a bit. He's one of them horses that you can work a couple of days and be real quiet, and then he gets explosive. He's never consistent, so my job is to make him consistent, and that's where a lot of his bucking is coming from. And you know, he's had a bad accident prior. We don't know what it is, but I can tell you, I had to deal with a rope, and you know, some of these, especially old time tricks, if you don't know how to do them and safety first, you get a horse hurt and yourself hurt. So the way I started this, like I said, I worked him with it yesterday, and today he probably act like he won't, never seen it before. But my objective is see how and then yes, I slapped him in the face. He was trying to walk through me. He just came back, and I love my horses to death, but I demand respect, and that will not make him head shy. I can see I can go back and pet him. He knew what he was doing. I will not have a horse pushing through me. That's dangerous. I mean, I've seen more. I've had correct horses for that, and their owners would say, "Oh, my poor little horsey, you corrected my horse. He's going to hate me." And then next instant, the horse was following me like a puppy dog and not trying to run over me. Of course, that same horse can knock me on the ground, and they don't think nothing of it. I had one do that one time, a thoroughbred, and I was shoeing it on the last foot, and she was obstinate, and she came from an English barn where they don't, you know, I'm going to say it like it is. Their idea of groundwork is throwing a horse on a lunge line and running around for a half hour, 45 minutes. They don't get respect and teach you how to truly stay out of your space. So this thoroughbred took my knee out, and I'm underneath the horse, and the owner said, "Well, I guess that means you're not going to shoot my horse, finish shooting my horse today." I got up finally with the help of a handler there, and I said, "You know what? You're right. I'm not going to shoot your horse today or never again." But anyway, that's another topic. I get sidetracked real easy, people. I'm so full of stories, it's unreal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start on the tarp. Now, am I going to go in the center? No, because I'm trying to show y'all easy ways to do this. I'm going to bring that tarp about 2 foot off the edge. I'm going to send him between the tarp and that rail. He's going to pick that spot, open spot to go through. Now, let's talk about controlling his feet. And no, I do not run them around to control their feet. You cannot control a horse feet by running around and round pen, people. Yeah, you get them turned into you and everything. I get so many phone calls and emails. My horse just works so good in the round pen. He'll turn to you and everything else, but I can't catch him. And he still tries to walk through me. Well, because you're not handling him on a lead. I mean, if you want a horse to respect you with the lead on him, well, guess what? You got to work him with a lead, and that's not making him run around circles. That's easy things. Controlling that hip, controlling their shoulders. That's all it takes. And you don't have to do it running. I mean, me, I don't like to run, so I'm not going to do it. Now, I'm at first saddlings. I will have a horse to move out and certain personalities, but I use, when I make a horse move out, it's not to run them down the ground. I use it as my indicator for where that horse is at in its training and everything. So anyway, with that said, what I'm going to do is just send him between the tarp and the wall.